feeling real good, man. Real good, man. I like the knock on nasty state, man.
Ride out.
So you see the thumbnail. You see the thumbnail. Full draft recap. The draft, I'm not talking about the UDFAs. I only saw one signing so far. I'll talk about that once that full list comes out. But right now, we're just talking about the draft. The 2024 draft for the New York Giants. How do you feel about it? What is your gut telling you about this draft class? I know, I learned something today. Well, I learned something over the last 3 days. Is that Joe Schoen, and I might be late to this, Joe Schoen really does tell you what he's thinking. Here I am thinking it was just a masterful, chess playing. We're trying to maneuver. We're trying to get a quarterback, and what happens? None of that happens. You hear the rumors about possibly moving up to try to get to the third spot with New England. The rumor is you gave up, or you were trying to give them next year's first, the pick swap this year and next year's first. And a lot of people will argue, they'll say, that's not a real offer. But you know what? Maybe they really didn't want to get a quarterback. Maybe they wanted everybody to think that they wanted a quarterback just to appease, a certain side of the fan base that wanted a quarterback, including myself. And just was like, you know what? No, we're just going to let this thing run its course. We have the 2-year out with Daniel Jones. We're going to give him the wide receiver one that everybody believes is going to make him better. We're addressing the offensive line that everybody believes is going to make him better. And we're going to roll this thing out. And that's what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. The New York Giants in 2024 plan. The plan is for Daniel Jones to be there. And if Daniel Jones is not healthy, Drew Lock is the backup plan. And that's what we're doing in 2024. Listen, the draft is over. My opinion that I had prior to the draft is what it is, was what it was. Now, for me, time to put the boots on. Time to put the boots on and figure out what the next best move is for the New York Giants as far as getting ready for mini camp. You got, rookie camp, mini camp, training camp, and so forth. So let's talk about these picks, man. Let's talk about these picks and give out some grades. So day 1, round 1, pick 6, Malik Nabers. If I gave this pick anything less than an A, I would be a hater. I would be a hater and I would have an agenda. Malik Nabers is a wide receiver one, no doubt. Malik Nabers most likely is the number 1 wide receiver in every other draft class. He just so happens to come out the same time or the same year as Marvin Harrison Jr. I preferred Rome Odunze over Malik Nabers. You've heard me say that. But now that Malik Nabers is the pick, that's my wide receiver one as well. And I'm riding with the pick. There's nothing else to say about it. Explosive, fast, yards after the catch. Can use them in the slot, can use them outside. The main thing you have to do for Malik Nabers is get him the ball. Get him the ball and figure out what number he's going to be. He was 8 in college. Most likely won't be 8 in the pros. But overall, I'm giving that pick an A. I have to give it an A. I'm a hater if I don't give it an A. I have an agenda if I don't give that draft pick an A. Malik Nabers is fantastic and should be fantastic in this wide receiver room. You're adding a dynamic playmaker to the team. Can't be mad at that. Okay, moving on to round 2, day 2. Pick 47, the New York Giants select safety Tyler Nubin. Great phone call. They had the audio. The man was clearly crying, also thanking God for his blessings, thanking everybody that we gave him a chance and all that other stuff. Fantastic. But at the end of the day, outside of the tiers, Tyler Nubin is a baller. Ball hawk, baller, fluent, versatile, safety. I got into an argument with another content creator over, how close or, how not close Tyler Nubin is to Xavier McKinney. I believe he's in that same mold. Coming out of college as a prospect, I believe these guys are similar. They do similar things. They can play deep. They can play up close, box. They can do it all. Tyler Nubin, a little bit bigger than Xavier McKinney was when he came out. Bigger kid. Love his instincts. And I saw in the interview today, they had him in East Rutherford. They had him at the podium, and they asked him a question. 13 interceptions, for his career, and they asked me what went into that, and he started breaking down the way that he started talking about the way that he breaks down films, how he studies the tendencies of the people that he should be guarding, the tendency of the quarterback, his release points, all. I like the kid a lot. Now, best safety in the draft, arguably. Somebody might say, Cam Kitchens. Listen, I think he's the best safety in the draft. And I don't, just say that because he went to the New York Giants. He is really one of the top-ranked safeties, or the top-ranked safety in this draft. And Tyler Nubin, to me, right away, competes for that safety spot next to Pinnock, as he should. I believe he can get that spot as long as he gets brought along. And guess what? He has one of the best DB coaches out there. Jerome Henderson is going to take Tyler Nubin. And I think, yes, we're going to miss McKinney, but we won't miss McKinney for too long. That's how good I think this guy is. And guess what? If I'm giving a grade on the player itself, that's all I can do. I'm giving that selection an A, the best safety in the draft. We got him in the second round at 47. For what it was a need, it could have been the best player available. That's debatable. But again, first day, A. Second round, A. Next, third round pick 70, day 2, Andrew Phillips. This is when I started saying, whoa, it's a little shaky. It got a little shaky for me, right? I understand Andrew Phillips, top 30 visit. We brought him in here. We're not a stranger to Andrew Phillips. Understandable. So I'm trying to figure out, because Andrew Phillips wasn't ranked in as high as some other corners that I would have took before him. But you know how the New York Giants do. You know how Joe Shane does. They identify a player. It just so happened that he had a standout week at Senior Bowl. And he even said it himself. If it wasn't for the Senior Bowl, he wouldn't have gotten drafted as high as he got drafted. He was able to show some things in Senior Bowl week that he did not show at Kentucky because they didn't run all these different types of schemes and defenses or coverages on defense. He was able to show it. And guess what? When you look at all the notes from the Senior Bowl week, Andrew Phillips was talked about a lot. But with that being said, again, not as high ranked as a player that, and I went back and forth about this grade. Physical corner, can help you in the run game, not afraid to hit people, good speed, good hand-eye coordination. You need that for a corner. You can see him getting his hands up quick to deflect passes. No interceptions in his whole college career. So I'm going back and forth. I'm like, okay, well, he had a fantastic senior week. He's making plays against Johnny Wilson. He's making plays against Roman Wilson, Ricky Pearsall. He's making all these plays in that week against what's the guy's name, Lad McConkey as well. He's doing things that and he's popping off the screen that you didn't see in the Kentucky tape, and I see why the New York Giants fell in love with the guy. Seems like a good kid, good head on his shoulders. Again, tough, physical, dependable cornerback. Even with that being said, I want to give it a B minus, C plus. Really don't know. I'm really thinking about some of the guys that were left on the board that got that real college tape or got the stats out there. But the New York Giants decided to go with what they know. And that was Andrew Phillips And C plus for me right now, because I don't believe he's a starter right away. And when you're picking 70 you're in the top 100, that person should be a starter right away. Not saying that he can't be a starter, but I'm just saying that's where I'm at right now. Okay, next, day 3. A little bit surprising. Pick 107. The New York Giants select tight end from Penn State, Theo Johnson. Now, this guy is all projection, in my opinion. He didn't have the best stats at Penn State. Tore up the combine. Athletic. At 4'5", 40, 6'6", 260 pounds. Prototypical type of tight end. You look at him. You look at Daniel Bellinger. They might be twins. They might be twins. But do they play like twins? I don't know. Again, I think this is a project pick. When I think of, I like the pick. I don't like where the pick was made. Again, I argued with another content creator, Giants content creator, over whether or not he would have been there at 166. They're saying no. I actually agree, but just 107. I'm thinking about the running back at that spot. I'm thinking about Audric Estime, who was still there. Jalen Wright, that was still there. Braylon Allen, I believe, was still there. I wanted a thumper running back. We chose Theo Johnson. So with that pick, off of skill set and projection, I'm giving that a B right now, B minus, because I do believe the upside for Theo Johnson is very, very high. I do believe that. So after that pick, I told myself I could run to the store really quickly. I got to run an errand. I'll come back, with 60 picks, almost 60 picks before we pick again. So obviously, that didn't happen. Ended up being out when the pick was called at 166, and I saw that we got a running back, and I'm sitting like, who? And I've seen the kid from Purdue a few times. I've seen him a few times, and I'm sitting back and I'm thinking, he's not a thumper, because that's the kind of running back I needed the thumper. We have Devin Singletary, we have Eric Gray, we have Gary Brightwell, Jay-Sean Corbin, we got Turbo Miller, all this, and we get another guy that's a change of pace type of converted wide receiver running back. So I'm looking at the tape, the highlights, because again, I don't watch Purdue. Or I didn't watch Purdue. And I'm like, wow, this guy can really play. And then I see that, he averages about 8 yards per carry. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. So the guy can move. The guy can move and he's productive. But guess what? The man is 25 years old. 25. And I'm like, wow, okay. And I heard a statement that somebody said that this is one of those one contract players. I think they said that about Peyton Wilson. He could be are you satisfied with him being one of those one contract type players? He's a running back. That's already one strike. And then you're 25. That's another. Saquon Barkley's what, 27? So I'm sitting here like, okay, what are we going to do? Played at Iowa, played at Purdue. Don't know how I really feel about the pick and help you in special teams. And I'm just sitting here like, okay, I see the vision. I see where he should be used. But the pick, man, I'm just not feeling the pick as much. But guess what? It is what it is. And he's right there. And then the last pick, the New York Giants select Darius Mawasua. And I've been waiting for a Polynesian on the team. People will laugh at you. I've been saying it for a while. If you got a football team, you need a Polynesian on the team. You need one, and we got one. Linebacker, very, very productive. Very, very, very productive. And for that, I'm going to give the New York Giants, a C+ because he's productive, but there were some other positions that I feel that you should have went out and got. But again, it is what it is. So that's going to be my grades for the 2024 draft. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments down below. Let me know what grades you gave these guys. I hope you guys accept my opinion. Let me know how you guys feel about my opinion. Again, I want to know what your grades are. I want to know what you think about the grades that I gave. Not everybody's going to be on the same page. I understand that, but I can't wait to talk to you guys in the comment section about how you really feel about this draft. And moving forward, let's see what happens. Let's see what's happening with the New York Giants. And again, when we figure out what the list of UDFAs is going to be, I'll be right back in here to review those guys as well. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And from one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.